Oh, we got something special for you today. Nope. You're gonna have to wait a little bit longer. Because here, I want to tell you a quick little story. So as a kid, I always remember going to school and my mom making lasagna. And I knew it was going to be a good day at school and a good day because I got to come home to lasagna. And it's the same situation with my wife. She makes a delicious lasagna. Well, we are making delicious lasagna today on Neva Road in Hamilton. It's Mama Yolanda's. Happy to be joined by JC from the Mercanti Specialty Foods Group out in front of the building because this means a lot to you.
It does.
What's in here means a lot to you. The lasagna means a lot to you.
Yes, absolutely.
How long have you guys been making lasagna? Like, what's the history of Mama Yolanda's?
Well, this story goes back to 2010 when PJ and Joseph Mercanti, along with their father Peter Mercanti, wanted to pay tribute to the lasagna recipe that they've been serving up since 1978 at Carmen's Bakery before they became Carmen's Banquet Center in 1988. Now that lasagna has been served at countless events and people just loved it. So they thought to themselves, hey, why don't we make it available to the public?
Because you were selling it at the back door. People were just like, where do I get this, right?
Exactly.
So selling it out the back door, and then Peter retires when?
Peter retires in 2015 for about a week and a half. And then he says, you know what, I want to get this to market.
Okay.
So truly, Mama Yolanda's really made the retail space in 2016.
Okay, and we're still there now. Who is Mama Yolanda?
Mama Yolanda is Yolanda Mercanti, and
Okay.
it's that woman that you're looking at right there. She is the one that brought that recipe over on a boat from Italy when she immigrated back in 1950, in the 1950s, with her 3 children and her husband. They came over on a boat, and that recipe dates back 7 generations from Abruzzo, Italy.
Okay, I don't know, what if somebody said to you, JC, like lasagna's lasagna, it's all the same?
Well, not really.
Okay.
If you ask a Sicilian, they might have peas in it. If you ask somebody from East India, it'll have some butter chicken in it.
Yeah.
There are different variations to lasagna, but this is a traditional Italian recipe. Like I said, dates back 7 generations. And our executive chef, Steve Rydtschenko, he keeps it to the original recipe.
Well, see, sometimes too, like frozen lasagna gets a bad rap, right? Like,
Yeah.
why? What makes yours so great that even frozen to cook?
Well, it's got to be the fact that it's handmade, all natural ingredients. We don't put any preservatives or additives or no artificial colors. And it's truly handmade, homemade lasagna that's frozen.
In here, in this building?
In this building right here, and we're so proud of this building. We moved in here in April.
Oh, okay.
We've been in 4 different homes in the last 6 years,
Right.
just because of the demand.
Well, even the windows in the front kind of tell a little bit of the story of the building, including that the Coliseum was a home at 1.2 for Mama Yolanda's.
Well,
Courtesy laugh, good courtesy laugh. I like this guy.
it comes back, it's an homage to Italy, right?
There you go.
Yeah.
And then we got this barbecue out here, and the reason I tease that is because you don't think lasagna and barbecue, but it is something you can do. So coming up, we're going to kind of show you how you can properly cook a delicious Mama Yolanda lasagna on the BBQ. But before we get to that, we got to speak to the man himself, Peter
Yes.
Mercanti, and then we'll talk to Chef Steve, and then I don't know, maybe I'll cooking up a lasagna. Maybe I'll see what I can do. When we come back, Mama Yolanda's on Neva Road in Hamilton. The world isn't perfect, but if it was, it would be like our lasagna filled with love. Great to be back, the Mercanti Specialty Foods Group. With the man himself, we are highlighting the delicious Mama Yolanda's lasagna. Peter Mercanti, how are you, sir? Great to see you.
Wonderful. It's nice to see you. And the first thing I want to do is a big shout out to CHCH for being with this wonderful community for the past 68 years. You got guys like this guy, great cameramen like you. You are champions in my business world.
Do you got that 20? You got 20 bucks on you? We gotta give him. We gotta give him money.
There's no
Listen,
money.
great to see you. Great to come and visit you here and learn more about this secret recipe. That actually, how secret is it?
It's very secret. It's my mom's.
Okay.
7 generations old. Right from Italy when we came on a boat in 1956. We've been enjoying it. Now, the idea is simple, Tim. We want Hamilton to enjoy it, Ontario to enjoy it, Canada to enjoy it, and hopefully the U.S. to.
You started making it at Carmen's when? What year?
When we actually started at the bakery in about 78.
Okay.
And we've been making it ever since. Carmen's.
Well, you got quite the selection of celebrities here that have been through Carmen's and do like the lasagna. What's Al Pacino?
He was the one that, again, whenever these people come in, their agents give you a list this long. You got to buy them all. There he is there. But we bought him everything. Then when it was time to eat, he looked at the buffet for the rest of his staff. He looked at the lasagna. He said, I want to eat the lasagna. He loved it so much. After he left, we kept shipping it to New York for almost a year.
To him?
To him.
No way.
Yeah, and but then I guess his dietitians, no more lasagna. Was the end of that.
Are you still eating it?
Every day? No, I'm not every day.
Okay.
But yes.
Let's come back to the test kitchen because we got somebody special in the test kitchen that knows a thing or two about lasagna. There she is.
Beautiful daughter, Daniela.
Daniela, hello. How are you?
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. How are you dealing with all of this lasagna? Like, this is your life,
Yes,
right?
it is. It's my life. And like all mothers out there, I'm always worried about what I'm going to feed my kids, right?
Yeah.
Knowing that I could take a Mama Yolanda's lasagna, bake it in the oven. It's all handmade, all locally sourced ingredients, absolutely no preservatives. Makes me feel good about what I'm feeding my kids.
I don't know, do you remember the first time you had a Mama Yolanda's
I
lasagna?
was a little girl. I'm not going to tell you how long ago, okay? All right. And when you're out of time, we have our microwavable ones. The kids love these. They're, again, made with all our fresh ingredients, no preservatives. And 8 minutes in the microwave, you would never think you're eating anything that came out of a microwave. That's how good it is.
Well, here's the thing. You're saying all that, and you hear a lot of the
Right,
preservative
right,
stuff,
right.
but they're made in-house,
Yes.
okay? In-house. So here's what we'll do. Let's take a break. We'll come back, because if we kept this mic on this man here, he would just keep on talking. So let's be honest.
Okay, maybe.
So we'll take a break. We'll go in with Chef Steve, okay? We'll go in, and maybe they can get me working away
You know
with the
what?
gals in there, and let's see if I can help.
think
How bad
that'll
I can
help.
screw it up.
Well, you won't screw it up
Okay.
because we won't make you screw it up.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Okay, Mama Yolanda's, and then we'll get into how you can barbecue, because it is barbecue season. Yes, you can barbecue lasagna. We'll do that when we come back on Morning Live. So all morning we're hanging out here with Mama Yolanda's and their delicious lasagna, and they've been talking about how no preservatives, it's all freshly made. And we found the room where it's made. Great to be here with Chef Steve. How you doing, Steve?
Doing very well. How are you?
This is true, right?
This is
Everything
true. Everything is fresh, made by day. No added preservatives, no added additional flavors. Everything natural, done by hand.
That's kind of really key to the recipe and very important to me.
Keeping true to the original recipe from 7 generations ago. Yes.
Okay, what's going on behind us? What's this contraption?
So we have our hopper here. So we mix our semolina flour, our liquid eggs, and our water mixture, and get a nice little mixture going on here for our pasta sheets. So we do use semolina flour. This extrudes the pasta into our sheeter cutter. From this machine here, we can cut any size flat lasagna sheets that we require for all 3 or 4 different sizes.
Because you don't want too thick.
No, we have a really good gauge on here, so we do pride ourselves on a very nice, thin, very tender lasagna sheet.
What's
We do
going
have
on in
a
here?
30-foot pasteurizer here, which steams and cooks and pasteurizes our pasta sheets, getting rid of any of the liquid eggs, any salmonella or any diseases off our sheets there. At the end here, we have a nice cold rinse station, so it washes off all the additional starch, washes off and cools down our sheets, so we're able to use them. Comes off the back of the conveyor line here, down our line.
And then they're ready to go?
Into our bin, right to the main line here. So from the end of this pasta line here, we go on to our assembly line.
This is where it really happens. Good morning, ladies. Good morning. Good morning. How are
This is
we?
where the magic does happen. So we have...
we can't forget Manuel. Manuel's here too. Morning, Manuel. So this is where it's all put together. It's hand put together.
Handmade, hand put together. We have Louisa here, who's been with us for many years.
Hello, Louisa.
She is our original Nona.
Original Nona. Okay, so I'm going to kind of
We're gonna
mirror what she's doing
We're
here.
gonna mimic Louisa here. So we already have you set up on one of our trays here. So we do have a little bit of a unique set on assembling our lasagnas. We kind of encase and wrap our lasagnas up into a nice little package, so none of that good deliciousness comes out when you cut it open.
Okay, the next step after we got that all set up and ready to go.
So we have Louisa finishing up, so we'll just do the one.
We'll just do the one, Larissa, just for time purposes. And what's with the meat sauce here,
So this
Chef?
is our bolognese sauce. We have beef, pork, pancetta, Ontario tomatoes paste, our secret spice blend, and a nice array of vegetables.
Okay, what about the cheese?
The cheese, we have a nice mozzarella Parmesan blend.
How much cheese do we want?
That looks pretty good right
pretty
there.
good.
So we're going to fold over one of our sheets.
Fold one of these over, in like that. And then the
Add
next
a little bit more sauce.
Oh, okay, because how many layers do we got going
We
on?
have 8 layers in this lasagna.
Okay, now is this one of the big guys?
This is our 6-pound, our largest lasagnas that we make right now.
So you can get these in stores, and then they're good in the freezer for,
About 6 months into the freezer.
and it doesn't matter because it's all.
It's all fresh.
It's
no
all-
added preservatives, no flavors. Everything's natural.
Whoa, you're quick. Okay, back in like. Oh, I forgot the cheese. Oh, we don't want it. We don't want. If you get one and there's no cheese in the middle,
That's, yeah. Then we'll flip both sheets over.
flip both sheets over like that. Whoa. Okay, and the last. Oh, you're already done yours. My goodness. Okay, like that, and then the last
A little bit more sauce.
little bit. Chimping on the sauce.
Not chipping out on the sauce.
Okay.
Make sure we have the good quality amount. And then that goes down to our scalers who now
That goes
top
down
it
to
off.
that goes down to the scalers.
Yep.
Personally,
down.
hand delivering down to the scalers.
Thank you very much.
Your name was?
Sandy.
Sandy, wonderful. Okay, well, let's take a break. You're putting a little bit more sauce
You
in
want
there.
me to take a break?
No. break time, Sandy. We're taking a break.
Okay, so you want this to go up to 5, 9.
That's what, so you want it to get to exactly 5'9". Okay,
And
so
then we add
everyone's the same.
Then we add a fresh grated Parmesan on top to finish it off. After which we make sure the trays are nice and clean and we put them into our flash freezer overnight to package the following day.
And here's the thing that we're doing. We want to show off, like, I know it's barbecue season. You generally don't think that you'd be barbecuing lasagna.
Right.
But you can barbecue lasagna. We're going to teach
can.
you how. We come back to Mama Yolanda's, Mercanti Specialty Foods on Morning Live. Okay, let's try this again because we started our morning opening up the barbecue and not fully opening it. Ta-da! Yes. Mama Yolanda's lasagna on the barbecue. JC, that's a thing?
That's a thing. People are used to our lasagna going in the oven. Take it right out of the freezer, put it in the oven. 2 hours later, you have a lasagna that's as if it was homemade. You can lie to your guests and say you spent all day in the kitchen.
You guys are cool with that? You're cool. You're fine with that?
Well, we like people to say it's Mama Yolanda.
Peter, are we fine with that? We fine with we're fine with that. Okay, so how do we do it on the barbecue?
So if you go to mamayolandas.ca,
Okay.
we have cooking instructions for 2 versions of our lasagna. You could either do it on the barbecue frozen, or
Okay.
you could do it thawed. Thawed will be less time. Frozen, just take it right out of the freezer, pop it in the barbecue, follow those instructions. The main thing is indirect heat.
You don't have
underneath.
the middle ones on.
I don't have them.
because you don't want it being burnt underneath.
Exactly, yes.
Okay.
And some people, they do like that crispiness. They do like that burnt. Our lasagna is a 7-layer lasagna.
Okay.
Now, if you do burn the bottom, because not all barbecues are made the same,
Right.
and we make note of that on our website. Listen, we don't know what your barbecue looks like. You might have 3 burners, you might have 4 burners, you might have 6 burners. You just want to keep the indirect heat off of the bottom. But it will crisp,
Right.
and you will get some burnt.
If you did take a bottom layer off, it's okay because there's there's 7 more layers there.
Well, our lasagna is 7 layers.
Okay, so you have 6 more
you
layers.
lose that bottom layer,
Right.
you have a crispy treat at the end, and then you have a 6-layer lasagna.
Okay. Look at this setup. Look at what we got. This is how Peter Mercanti eats lunch every day, isn't it, Peter?
Nope, I do not. But looks good, and I'm pleased to be sitting here with you to have a barbecue lasagna.
Well, I love how we have a red wine pairing here
Yes,
too.
we're gonna
right?
toast too.
Okay.
We're
Yeah,
gonna
because
toast.
that's what goes with the red sauce here.
Sauce, yes, that's a bolognese sauce, red wine, perfect match.
When you started doing this back in when we were talking 1978 back at Carmen's,
Yeah.
selling it, like, did you be selling them this way?
No, never. This has been a blessing to us and my family to be able to manufacture lasagna to share it with Hamilton, Ontario, and hopefully the rest of Canada soon.
Yeah, cool. And JC, you can get this anywhere, right?
Yeah, our retail partners vary from La Coco's, Fortino's, No Frills, Food Basics, Metro, your local grocer. And if they don't have it, just ask them to carry it.
Digging in.
Are we digging in?
We're digging in. Do we cheers first? Let's cheers first.
I think so. Come on, today you're Italian.
All right, I'll take that.
Okay.
If this were
Oh,
what we're eating, I'll do that.
Very good.
Is that what we're saying?
I'm going to take yes.
Okay, we'll do that.